Hello everyone, my name is MJ Vilches, and today is actually the oh boy, I messed up the stinger. Today is the last day of for me the last day of the Underland Chronicles fandom week. So yeah, um, let's go to image and yeah, I'm not gonna be doing anything for day 7 because it's free day, and I think what I'm doing for the Underland project art challenge is kind of what I could probably give on that day. But yeah, I'm also not gonna be able to do something for Unity probably because today I'm gonna be working on day 5, which is scars. And what I decided to do for this day, for the last day, is to create, to do something 3D and 2D. What that means is that I'm going to be using a 3D asset to create a 2D artwork in the Blender. I'm going to be using the 3D asset as a reference. So I'm actually going to be using the Gregor model for that one. So yeah, for this last day, I want to try to create, I'm just gonna do something simple, but probably not that simple. It's going to be a black and white art showing Gregor looking at himself in a mirror and seeing all the scars that he accumulated throughout his adventures and struggles in the Underland, in the world below New York City. So I'm actually going to look for that part where he's looking at his reflection in the window. I mean, in the mirror. And I'm skimming the book right now. And I'm trying I should have opened this before starting the stream. I'm sorry about that, by the way. But yeah, there's a part in the book 5 I think, where he looked at himself in the mirror and there's just a lot of scars on his body. So I guess it's right about, oh, there. The Underlanders had given him more of that fish ointment. Wait, it says here his skin was like a map where you could trace all of the terrible things that had happened. Okay, it starts right here. He could go down to the corner. He flung off his blanket and froze as he got his first look at his body in sunlight. "Oh, jeez," he said. He knew he'd gotten beat up pretty bad in the Underland, but things healed up and you moved on. Only he hadn't accounted for the accumulation of scars that dated all the way back to his earliest visits. Marks left by squid suckers, vines, pinchers, teeth, claws. Then there were the wounds he'd made on his hands when he'd broken Sandwich's sword less than a day ago. His skin was like a map where you could trace all of the terrible things that had happened. The Underlanders had given him more of that fish ointment. Maybe it would help, but some of these things, like the 5 claw marks the Bane had left on his chest, they were going nowhere fast. They were part of him forever. So yeah, those are my entry for scars. Just showing the map of the terrible things that happened to Gregor in the Underland. And yeah, this is a major spoiler stream. So if you haven't read the book, I really suggest you read the book before watching this. But yeah, I'm gonna be using the Gregor 3D model to create that scene, that part where he looks at himself in a mirror on sunlight and just, oh jeez. So yeah, hey everybody, welcome to the stream. And yeah, for the last thing we're gonna do for TUC week, probably my last thing because I'm not gonna be able to do something for Unity. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a 2D artwork in Blender, but using a 3D asset as a reference. In this case, I'm gonna be using the Gregor model. So I'm gonna be deleting the default cube, something that is a meme in the Blender community actually. I'm not sure if it's still a meme that's keeping on going. But anyways, I'm going to append Gregor here, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our scene. So I'm going to go append And I'm gonna go to our characters here. Gregor Final. Gregor Final. And Gregor Final. Yeah, and buddy, sometimes it takes even days to come up with the idea. But I actually like thought of the idea for Scar. For Scars. I started thinking about it yesterday, so I had like hours put into that idea. Like I spent hours just to come up with that idea. But yeah, when thinking about Scars and Underland Chronicles, the thing that really stand out to me was the part where Gregor looked at himself in a mirror and saw all the scars that he had when he was in Underland, all the scars that he accumulated. So I'm going to pose Gregor here as if he's looking at the mirror, surprised. I'm just gonna go to the posing right away. I'm gonna start with a hand. And so this is an old Rigify layout because I did not change the old rig that I gave Gregor from the start. I only added the clothes rig. And yeah, I'm gonna be posing Gregor here. We're not gonna be... I'm probably gonna add some textures too, but yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Gregor's pants, but he would be topless. And hopefully, some of you don't mind about something like that. Gregor is a 12-year-old, by the way, but in this case, he's a CGI character, and we can just focus on that, I guess. Hey there, Mr. Meme. And yeah, right now I'm going to create a 2D artwork, but using a 3D asset. So I'm just gonna save this. Actually, I need to save this. Control S. I'm gonna save it in TUC Week 6 Personal, TUC Week, Blender Projects. And this is going to be day 6. We have our Gregor model here. By the way, you can download this Gregor model for free on my Ko-fi page. Just head over to ko-fi.com/Doodlenose Productions and just check out my Ko-fi shop, just shop section there. You're gonna see where you can download the model for free. So yeah, if you want to download it, just go there. And then yeah, I'm gonna keep modeling here. I'm going to not show his shirt because we'll be seeing like all the scars in his body. I also don't know how to do that, the 5 claw marks. I don't know where it is, but we're gonna try to do that. I'm going to base it on my artwork. So I'm gonna go to Gregor Armature. I'm gonna hide the shirt, and yeah, that's Gregor's body right there. No, actually, I set the body to hide because so that it doesn't clip through the clothes. That's kind of how it looks inside when he's wearing a clothes, so that it doesn't clip. You know, the body doesn't clip through the clothes, showing some weird errors. So I'm just gonna bring that back, and for the scars, I'm gonna be doing that in 2D using grease pencil. And Gregor's like, oh jeez, because the accumulation of his scars. So for a 12-year-old having a lot of scars, that would really look weird. Like, what happened to that guy, to that kid, to actually have claw marks, scars all over his body? He just went and participated in a war with giant rats and other giant creatures. Okay, what happened there? Trolls. Oh. Oh, wait. Oops. So I'm gonna pose him something like that. Something like Something in a shrug, kind of like in a shrug position. So I'm gonna position the camera as well. RG RX90 RZ 180 degrees, so that it's kind of facing to the front. Because Gregory is gonna be looking in the mirror. This is an over-the-shoulder shot, and the subject will be a mirror in front of Gregory here, showing himself. So we're going to have to set that up. So I'm gonna use a plane for that. I'm gonna RX90 tab SX. I'm scaling it because it's going to be a mirror. Just scale it down some. Let's see how we can do this. So this is just a layout stage. I'm gonna add a material, call it mirror. Caps lock is on. And then I'm gonna set the metallic to 1 and roughness to 0. And that should make this a mirror. If we go to a material preview mode, we might see it. Probably. I actually probably need to set up a reflection map or something. I do hope the stream would still be fine when this shader is compiling here. Tell me if things go wrong. I actually need to go enable screen space reflections, so we can slightly see Gregor there, but not that much. Maybe this needs to be closer, or we really do need to do that to add the reflection. So I'm gonna shift S cursor to selected. Is the cursor hidden or something? Oh, it's because the origin is right there. I'm gonna selection it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move the mirror back into position. And Control S, and we're gonna set up a reflection map, or what was it called again? It's gotta be in light probes. Yeah, reflection cube map. I'm gonna do the reflection plane. RX90 negative. So it faces Gregor. And we're going to have to do something here. There's something that needs to be done. So I'm just brushing up my memory about this because I kind of forgot how to set this one up. So that's there. So yeah. Hey buddy, what happened to that PC of yours? Why are you buying a new one? Why aren't you fixing your PC that you have right now? Why? That poor PC. Anyways, I'm gonna go back here. Man, I forgot how to do this thing. Sorry about this, guys. We're streaming, so there's really no hiding anything from you guys by the magic of using the magic of editing. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep going here. Visibility. That one. Distance. Oh man, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. fall off. Distance. Maybe I need to do that. What's the clipping? What's this clipping? I'm gonna do 1.2 for the clipping. Oh, maybe a bad idea to do that. Probe clip start below which objects will not appear in. Oh, okay. Objects below will not appear in the reflection. Okay, we need that clipping offset to be pretty low. But now it's probably so we have that arrow size influence. I'm not sure where to do this. Or this is gonna take some time, guys. And really sorry about this one. Yeah, this is the last day, and it's kind of like a plan that I kind of just cooked up earlier. And since I don't think this will work, this may take so much time for us to make this work, so I'm going to have to Mr. Meme, not sure what you're saying there, man. Can you wait, I think I screen to paste. Oh, okay, buddy. Just don't give up on that PC. But yeah, soon you'll be able to do some Blender stuff. So, happy blending. And yeah, SSD actually is a very good thing to buy to install to your PC if you're gonna be doing some games, and also in Blender actually. Loading up files would be faster, I think. But that's just something that I heard someone say. I haven't experienced that in my life. So yeah. I'm going to have to pause for a while. Because I'm being called outside. So I'm just gonna show you the Journey to Awesomeness trailer. I'm also gonna try and figure out this mirror thing, and I'm just gonna have to do something very quick. Really sorry about this. We'll be back soon.
And so, the journey to awesomeness begins.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, what I've decided is I'm not gonna be doing this. Delete that. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to just move Gregor right here. And just imagine a mirror there. I shouldn't have deleted the plane. Okay, here's what I'm gonna Control Z. Gonna bring back our plane here. I'm gonna remove that we don't need that anymore. And trace precision. No more screen space reflections. And I'm going to go to the display of this. I'm gonna set it to wire, so that we only see this kind of frame here, because we're gonna use that as reference for the 2D artwork, which we'll do in the 2D animation layout, 2D animation workspace. So I'm just gonna wait a minute, what did I do? Oh, nothing. So I'm gonna move Gregor right here. And just use that mirror. Just use that frame to like kind of become a mirror. Because we're only gonna be using Gregor as reference. So yeah, Ambody, like I said, I have no idea how an SSD really works. I just kind of repeated what others have been saying, which is SSD is fine, is good, and yeah, it really makes loading times faster. And I think that should apply also to how you load files here in Blender, like the image files. That thing that happens when the shader compilation is probably gonna be, I don't know if it contributes to the SSD the shader compilation. I don't know if this SSD contributes to that, but I think it contributes to how it loads the files everywhere in your computer. So yeah, I guess the next thing we're gonna do is to post Gregor's face here. I will need to open the scripting, the script here for Gregor, because it doesn't automatically run. It should be in Gregor 2.8. It's not there. Maybe here. I need that script file so that we have this one, we have this rig layers here. So I'm just gonna go and disable some of the layers there, and we are going to post Gregor's face here, a surprised face. So I'm going to go back to material preview, because doing this in shader mode, or in the material, to solid view, doing that in shader or the material preview is going to be so slow. So yeah, stream froze. Embody is the same. Is it the same in your case? Did the stream also froze? So I'm gonna turn on Gizmo here. I'm gonna turn on the gizmos because I actually like using them. And I want to move these guys up because we are gonna give Gregor a surprised expression. So I'm gonna move these guys up. I can press Q to hide some of them, and also I want this to be madcap so we don't see that specular. So yeah, I'm also gonna set the view. It should be right here, view. I'm gonna set the clipping to 0.001 so we can zoom into his face like that without the view clipping. So Control-C, Control-Shift-V, and just Gregor surprised at what he's looking in the mirror of all the wounds he's accumulated, the scars that he got throughout the years. So I'm gonna enable some of the layers here, the arms. So this hand needs to be visible for the final, because we need to see the claw mark, the scar that he get from the sword. And there's gotta be a sunlight as well there. So I'm planning to do like a black and white artwork. And maybe I'll duplicate Gregor here. I'm gonna be duplicating Gregor. I'm gonna select objects and then deselect the objects in hide. Select objects in hide. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna move this outside. Gregor collection should be outside as well. Hide can stay. Hide stays there. We don't need that. We only need Gregor. I'm gonna select objects here. I'm gonna shift D this. And you'll see soon what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna get the root of this Gregor. I'm gonna move this Gregor right here because he is the not reflection Gregor. And now we have two Gregors. I can probably move. So yeah, it looks like Gregor has a texturing issue here, which is probably only visible when viewed like this in Eevee, but in Cycles it might not be, but it's possible that this is gonna be visible. That's one of the things I need to fix on the model. Yeah, it's still visible. I guess that can serve as a scar as well. But we won't probably see that because this is a 2D drawing. It's a 2D drawing. So I really want to see. Tell you what, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna turn on some of the composition guides here so we can really position this properly. You probably won't see it in the stream, but there are lines here on the camera that I can use as a guide to give proper composition to our works here. I'm also gonna set the opacity, the passe part out to 1 so that we don't see anything else that's not included in here. And it's probably looking. Oh wait, we're supposed to be editing this guy. So I have a duplicate of Gregor now. So I want to see the hands. Accumulation of scars throughout this. Will 80 do? No, 80. I'm gonna go with 15 millimeters in the focal length. So yeah, actually, TOC Week, I only knew about it last year, I think. And last year I was so busy with Underland Chronicles and Journey to Awesomeness that I wasn't able to join in. That's why this year I decided to join. Probably need to go with 30 millimeters on this one so I can go closer. So I can go like closer there, over the shoulder shot. I want to make it more stylized though. I'm going to focus on the reflection more because this is the subject. And I'm probably going to change the orientation. Make it more portrait size. I'm gonna keep 1080 here. Make this smaller. There we go. I think this kind of composition works well. Yeah, I'll be changing a lot in the post of this later. And yeah, we really need to get started with the drawing soon. This is gonna be like a simple black and white 2D drawing. So scars all over Gregor's body. Arms are too symmetrical here. Let's change that. I'm gonna go turn on the torso bones here. Let's just pose him nice. Maybe the shoulder up. Maybe not the shoulder up. Maybe this one doesn't need to be. So we're just gonna fix the Gregor's pose here so that later it's just easy to. So yeah. Maybe make an oh geez mouth. So I think I'm gonna stick with this. I wanted to show the palm so we can also add the scar of right there. This is not gonna be colored anyway, so maybe like so. Maybe change this a bit more. I also need to show the fingers. It's going to be R, X, X, R, Z, Z, rotate, Z axis. Maybe rotate it that way. Bring these two together. And then rotate more until we get like a nice looking hands there. Maybe bring this closer to the other one as well. So I think that's good. This is just a 2D. This is just a reference that we're doing here. Maybe. Oh, jeez. So I'm trying to figure out a better way. Maybe make him. Do that some. I'm not sure about this. But maybe I can fix it later while drawing. But yeah, we already spent 30 minutes just posting this around. So I'm just going to do something like this. Just to move it around so we have a nice... The mirror is the subject here. And I'm going to move the other one. This is just reference. Oh well. Let's settle with this. I'm gonna go to 2D animation, and I'm going to start doing some drawings for this. Let's see. Let's see what we can do for this thing. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, dang it. I opened a new file. A new project. I need to go back to day 6, and this is what I said about earlier. Loading in the files. So I need to go create a new workspace to the animation. And I shouldn't. I'm gonna go back to material preview. I'm gonna go to texture. And I'm gonna start with a mirror. So I'm going to make all of this guys non-selectable, so that we don't accidentally move anything. So I'm going to make the whole Gregor collection unselectable, so we can't select it. We can't do anything to the Gregor model. So I'm gonna shift S cursor to world origin. The world origin should be right there. Well, we don't want it there. Don't want the cursor to be there. We want the cursor to be here, so that we can see it on the camera. So I'm gonna shift A. I'm gonna add a grease pencil, blank. I probably need to put the grease pencil somewhere that's not inside the Gregor collection, because then it would not be selectable as well. Move it outside for now. I'm gonna move it to collection. New collection. Grease pencil. And now we're gonna start doing some drawings. Let's see. I'm gonna start with a mirror, like I said. And I'm only gonna be using a solid stroke. Black. I'm gonna add a black outline, a stroke material, and a black fill material. And those are the only two colors we're gonna use. We're gonna try to do something awesome using only those two colors. One other thing as well is I'm gonna switch this to Madcap. Tell you what, I will deal with that later. Thing we need to do is okay, stick with that. I'm gonna select the grease pencil again, Shift A. Actually, not Shift A. I'm gonna Control Tab to draw. Add a rectangle. I'm just gonna go trace it right here, not using the fill material, but the stroke material. So I'm gonna do this. Enter that. I should be using the pen ink. Put it right here, tab, and I can just need to turn on the connected only, the proportional editing. That's probably not gonna work for us. I'm gonna disable Gregor in the render, as well as this plane right here. We can actually just rotate this on the 3D space to match the mirror, the orientation of the mirror. And then I'm going to reduce the thickness by going to the radius here and just dragging, clicking and dragging on the viewport. So there's so much information right now. I'm going to disable overlays here so we can see it, and then I'm going to change the view to material. I'm gonna select a Madcap Probably just single color. Yeah, so not single color. No, it's not gonna work for us. Because it also changes the grease pencil color, which is not what we want. We're gonna stick to material, I guess. So we're probably gonna be changing a lot in Gregor's body there. I think this pants is so high up. Yeah. I'm probably gonna just X-ray mode. So I'm not sure if it's okay to show. I did model this character here in the channel with just looking that, so I guess it's fine. Anyways, we're just gonna keep drawing here. I'm gonna figure out how stuff will look as we draw. So I don't... This needs to be in the origin, view, and I'm going to need to turn on X-ray, unfortunately. I'm going to reduce the ink to about 20, the radius. So 15. So I'm gonna be doodling this. I'm not even going to try to make this look nice. I'm just gonna doodle this. I'm gonna also set the viewport display of our stroke to in front, so we always see it no matter what. And also, there's gotta be a way to also make Gregor here not too visible. I'm gonna figure that out. It should be right there. It should be like this. But I don't want the X-ray to affect. Well, like I said, this is an experiment. We're trying to do something in Blender. Like using a 3D. Tell you what, to not make it so difficult for ourselves. Because I only need this as a reference anyway. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn off grease pencil for now. Well, I'm actually gonna delete this one. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna go back to proportional, that view right there. I'm gonna viewport. See, yeah, things look weird right now, but when we're done with the artwork, things will make sense. So I'm just gonna viewport render image here. So we have only this image. I'm gonna Alt S. I'm gonna save this on the image and just call this reference. Save that as a reference, and then I'm going to hide everything here. Keep the grease pencil. I need to select the camera. I'm going to go to object mode, select the camera, and I'm going to set a background image, and we're going to use the image that we just rendered as the background image. This one. So we can manipulate like the alpha and stuff so that it's not like it's not obstructing a lot in the view right here. So now this is way better. Now we can do some drawing. So we have the mirror right here. I guess I'm gonna put the mirror in a different layer. And I'm gonna add a new layer and call this Gregor. I'm gonna separate them so that later it's easy to like edit them if I have to. I'm gonna lock mirror for now. I'm gonna focus on Gregor. Let's draw Gregor. So let's go back to draw mode, turn off overlays, or we need overlays. What I do need to turn off is the composition guides. I'm gonna turn off center, and then we're gonna keep drawing. So let's draw Gregor. This is not going to be a comic cinematic because I am drawing from the camera view, and that will ruin things. I'm not going to animate this. This is just really a 2D drawing. So I need to turn on active smooth, 0.5, stroke post-processing smooth to 0.5. Let's just do this. It's even going to be a quick one. I just need the shape of Gregor's face here so that he looks, you know, like how he looks in my other artworks. And then just draw the eyes. I'm gonna control space so we only have our canvas here. We don't need to worry about anything else. Probably need to reduce the radius some. Probably about 7. So yeah, Embody, you can actually like use this kind of like method in your artworks if you manage to be able to use Blender. You can use, you know, the 3D characters that I will be end up doing here as reference. I'm even planning to like give away the environment once they're done, and also a bunch of other characters are still coming. So this is just a black and white inked. I'm not even doing the sketch anymore. I'm just really just winging it. So that probably bigger. And to make it easier, I'm gonna control L that, Shift D, just go drag and drop that right here. So like so. Eyebrows. So this is a doodle. This is mostly a doodle at this point. And I should have rendered Gregor's hair as well. Tell you what, let's do that. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna object. I'm gonna not display that for a while. And also do this. I'm gonna show Gregor again. Also, I think we already have the mirror, so I don't need that anymore. I just need to turn on Gregor's eyebrows and hair so I can see it. So that it's included in a reference. So I'm gonna go view, viewport render image, Alt S, reference, save as image, and we should be good again. I can now turn off Gregor again. Turn on our grease pencil, and I'm going to reload the image. So reload that. So we have the hair again, and we can use that as reference. So let's go back to drawing and do Gregor's hair. So this is gonna be quick. This is probably gonna be finished in 10 minutes. Because like I said, it's just a quick drawing. Not gonna be spending too much time. And we're just using the image as a reference here, like a render. I could have like taken more time to really fix it, but time is something that we don't have much of for this stream. So I'm gonna just quickly do this. We're gonna fill up this part later with the black stroke. I'm gonna continue with the body here so we can proceed to. I'm also gonna reduce the thickness of this stroke right here. Go back to draw mode. And then just keep going. Add more details. So I'm basically just doodling around at this point. I also should have turned on subdivision surface, but whatever. We're gonna keep going. We don't need that. I'm gonna make Gregor more buff here than the reference, because at this point he's gotta be like a buff kid because of all the training he's doing in the Underland. And then he had to go through a war, and then ended up doing all those exercises. So he's got to have some well-defined muscles, something that I'm actually not great in drawing. So I'm just gonna wing it, just see what we're gonna end up doing here. So yeah, Gregor's like a macho man. Poor guy. Really feel sorry for him. With all that rager thing. When I was 12 years old, I'm still like playing with my friends, creating some homemade wooden pistols. I think I was doing that when I was 12. I like doing arts and craft when I was 12. Creating my own swords using bamboo. I think I was 12 when I was doing that. So yeah, just not even bothering to make the lines cleaner. I'm just gonna quickly draw something here. Gregor should be in his boxer shorts. I'm gonna delete some of the points here. Delete that, go back to draw mode. And we're gonna keep drawing fast. So this makes the drawing process really fast. Not even going to bother to make this nice and clean. Like that. So yeah, keep going. So yeah, everybody, you just need practice, man. Just need to keep drawing and drawing, and eventually you get faster and faster what you're drawing with the methods that you're using. And then you'd want to experiment on other things and kind of change a different style. Okay, like experiment on other styles. But first, just practice your drawing. If you want to, improve it, just need practice. Because drawing is a skill that you can really practice. Just have to keep doing it. Any skill, actually. So now let's proceed to the scar. Now, how would his scar from the Bane? I'm gonna start with his scar from the Bane. The Bane and the Rat's Paw. Because the Bane kind of pushed him away. So it's more of like stab. He was stabbed, and then probably a bit of scratch. Maybe something like this. So a rat has like 3 claws right there. Maybe even like right there. These are deep scratch deep marks on his body. And he's gonna have like a couple of scratches on some parts as well. So this is not a gory scratch, by the way. This is more like a comic scratch. And he's got some deep scars from the Bane here. And I'm really only using a solid black color. So scratches everywhere, squid marks. Not sure how to draw the squid marks here. Probably just something like this. So the squid marks. And then he's got fresh cuts on his arm. Scratches on the hand from recent battles. Huge scars. Let's not forget the belly button. Some more scratches. He's gotta have like a bruise on his rib area. It's just scratches everywhere, I guess. I'm just gonna do this randomly at this point. I think I'm gonna leave the mouth like that. So I guess this is I think I'm gonna settle with just a few scars like that. And would it be inappropriate to tell you what, let's just add his nipple here. That looks funny. Okay, I'm not gonna add that here. I'm gonna add that off recording so that I can do it seriously. It's just ridiculous to draw it right there. So let's just finish right here. This is so weird to like show you, like to draw a nipple like when there are people watching. Anyways, I think we have enough scars there. Maybe a bunch more scars, I don't know. So Gregor was grabbed by a giant squid. I think most of the pain that he got during his rager moment, where adrenaline is so high that he doesn't even feel the pain. He probably only starts feeling the pain when he's already taking a bath and suddenly the pain, the wounds reopened. Probably make these scratches bigger. Because a rat's paw is kind of like, there's kind of like a little, kind of looks like this, a rat's paw. Like that. Claw there, and then there's little claws right here. And there's also another little claw right there. That's kind of how a rat's claw looks like, from what I've seen on references. And that's kind of how it looks here. So I'm gonna delete this. And we have the scarred Gregor on the reflection of the mirror now. We're probably gonna add like something that signifies, something that tells you that this is a mirror. And this kind of lines just kind of tells you that it is. So yeah, already you can see. That is, so yeah, like I said, when Gregor got his cuts, he probably got it when he was in a very high adrenaline state. And I think in that state, you just don't feel it. You don't feel the cut. You don't feel, you don't realize it until you see it after the battle or something. I wouldn't know because I've never been in that kind of state. So there we go. This should have those scratches right here. Adding more scratches right there. So let me go and turn off overlays, see what we got. I'm probably gonna use some gray colors as well, just to do some shading. This kind of does it, I think. So I'm going to color the walls. I think it's time we do some coloring, I guess. So we'll do that by going to the layers here. We now have everything. I'm gonna unlock the line layers so that we don't accidentally do it. And let's just do some fills. So I'm gonna use rectangle. And add a new gray material here. That's probably not how you spell it. And just color everything gray, like so. Make Gregor darker. Gray 2. So that we can just finish this thing. We can change how light or dark it is later on. And now I'm gonna color Gregor. I'm gonna try doing the fill method. That's probably not gonna work, so I'm gonna go. We gotta make sure that we're in the right layer. We're in the fill layer. Yes, we're good. So this is just, you know, a quick artwork. Nothing too fancy. It's a grayscale artwork as opposed to it being black and white. But hey, it can also be black and white. Terms are really something that I'm weak about. The proper terms to use and stuff. So I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna do that. Do this. And then I'm gonna color Gregor here. Let's see if fill works. Here. Oh, it does, but not that good. So, going to have to do. Gonna start with the ones closer to the edge here. Just do some quick filling up. Right there. This one as well. Slowly but surely doing it. So we are good to go. Just have to keep going. So it's already well over an hour. And I thank you to everyone who's still watching in the stream. You can watch it later as like a video in the channel. But yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Because we're almost done. So just gonna fill this up right here. Not even bothering to be careful about it. But we're doing a great job so far. Okay, like that. So like I said, for TUC week, I'm exploring different ways to use the 2D animation feature of Blender. And I believe I've done that at this point. And this is the final thing that I want to do for 2D animation. I wanted to do an anime style animation as well, but that's just gonna take so much time to do. So I'm just gonna reserve that for future content. So like that. The last should be the legs, just a small part of the leg right there, because a darker color would be used for the shorts. I'm gonna be using all black for the hair. And as you can see, I'm using just a one layer for all of this fill. I don't plan to edit them or anything soon. So now we're going to head over. I'm going to try to change the shade of this gray. Maybe make it lighter a bit. And then let's make another gray color. Call it gray 3. This is gonna be a darker shade of gray for the darker parts there. So this part, the boxer shorts. Like so. Oops, what did I just do? Do that right here. So yeah, your AU really sparked something in the TUC time server, I think. I think that was in TUC time. Because it is an interesting idea. I mean, the Bane, when the whole thing is like on backwards, where the humans sided with the rats and the bats are like the enemies. It's really gonna be like a very different world. And the Regalians will not look the way they would look, because they're gonna be forced to live on a cave-like environment, something that's gonna be very difficult for the bats to reach. So I'm also gonna do that here. I'm probably gonna use this shade of gray as well to do some shading, but I really don't want to do some shading. I think we're good here. Now I just need to use the black fill for the hair and the eyes. Actually, first I need this gray fill. And I'm probably gonna reduce the... Tell you what, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that hardness. Actually, first I need a white or a lighter gray color. Or maybe just white for the eyes. Maybe something like that. So I should still be in the fill layer, because I didn't change anything there. I'm just gonna do this. And then the black one. Oh no, the first is this one, the gray. And then the black fill. Probably just gonna copy this one. Control L, Shift D, copy that one right there. There we go. And the last thing we need to do is the hair. Fill the hair. So draw. And just do something like this. Gotta make sure that everything is Nice and included there. Probably gonna use a white stroke, a brush later to add some highlights on the hair. And yeah, just doing that. I'm gonna control space so we're focused here. Just coloring this part right here. Don't mind having some spots of white there. Kind of adds to it actually. And I'm kind of planning on creating a comic using this kind of style of doing it, but that's probably not gonna pull through. But yeah, at this point, I think we're done with the artwork. I can probably wait. Yeah, at this point, we're done with the artwork. It's Gregor looking in the mirror, looking at his scars. And I think, yeah, at this point, we're done. I think I've proven my point about using 3D as reference and then creating a 2D artwork. There's definitely more that can be done for this, but it's already an hour and a few minutes in, so yeah, I'm gonna end it here. And this is the end of the Underland Chronicles Fandom Week. And yeah, thank you for all of you who watched up to this point. Really appreciate it. Despite how many you are, if you've watched up to this point, willingly did it and enjoyed, you know, thank you so much. And yeah, if you've enjoyed, don't hesitate to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to Doodle Nose Productions channel. I'm gonna be publishing the animated short film next year for Underland Chronicles, and there's gonna be a bunch more Underland Chronicles stuff that I'm gonna be doing as I work on stuff for the Underland project. So yeah, a lot of other things are still planned. I'm planning to do a bunch more. I mean, I'm planning to do something new by next week, but something for my Filipino brethrens. But yeah, I really also want to thank my coffee givers, both one time and the ones who's given many times, to Magnolia Weathershield, Eric Madrigal, Elizabeth Money, Tristan Wendell, Guillermo Gage, and of course you, Buddy. Thank you. And yeah, if you want to support me, ko-fi.com/DoodleNoseProductions. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. My name is MJ Vilches. And yeah, yeah.